Hello, hope you're doing okay today. We're going to get started here in just a moment. Some of you have asked what I was building this in. It was an Astro, it's been several years, and not only have I hopefully gotten somewhat better at coding, it just also needs a major lift in the design and the code and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to probably code, just chill and code. Let me switch over. Hi, officially. Good to see you. It's early in the morning, so I'm just going to code, and you're welcome to hang out. If you have questions, go ahead and ask them. I don't really have a great plan today. I'm not even totally sure where all my content is in this site because it's just kind of thrown together. So if that's interesting to you, feel free to hang out. If it's not, no worries. Let's see. So right now, this is what I got. Here's kind of the design I came up with the other day. I want this to be like some kind of floating section. I need some kind of description here. So we'll do some of that. I'm not sure what I want this to say. So for now, I'm just going to throw something down here. Let's see. How about down here? And I think I'm actually using my normal coding profile. Something. So it'll actually have, let's go here. So it'll actually have like a, oh, look at that. I think autocomplete and some other stuff, some other extensions I don't normally use when I'm coding on my channel, but I'm just coding for myself. So how much JS does your app ship to the browser upon launch? Asking an Astro guy that, huh? It doesn't need a lot. I basically have a little filter for projects, and honestly, that's about it. Most of it's static. Learning Astro only because Next.js. Yeah, I know, seriously. Yeah, you can totally follow along if you knew React. It's written in JSX, essentially, like the Astro components. So follow along and let me know, I guess. So yeah, I mean, by default, Astro ships no client-side JavaScript, so you can opt into it. So you're welcome to do that if you want to. But so right now, what it does is we're just building static HTML. You can actually use JSX. Like I've got this little component. Let's see, where did I do this the other day? Like this link component. This is a React component, but it's just outputting static HTML. So you can actually just bring in React components and then style them however you want. And then by default, it renders the HTML, but it doesn't render any JavaScript at all unless you decide to load JavaScript with it. So, all right. It's too early for me to be trying to talk, but I'll try if you got more questions. All right, so we'll do something like this over here. I'm not totally sure I guess I had it where I had this hand thing, but I'm not gonna. See, what is this wrapping? Oh, these two sections. Okay, so if I move this down here, then it should look like that, yeah. Although I kind of think that looks dumb now, so let's do something. Is a person. Okay. Okay, so we've got this header section. I'm going to get rid of all this. If you're totally brand new to Astro, I guess I'll talk through a couple things real quick. This top section is called front matter. It's all server side or build side code. So you can do JavaScript up here. So like I could do like const num equals like, I don't know, like, sure, that'll work. All right, and then I can pull this in here, and when it builds, it'll pull that once. Or if it's SS, it looks like we got 4 right now. Let's refresh and see what happens. All right, we got 3. Okay, like that. That's what it's doing. So it's live code. Every time you build or somebody hits this page with SSR, it will run any of that code up top and then output it down below as static. Down here is your templating. You can loop through items using a JSX style syntax, and then you can also include styling that is like automatically scoped to the page as well. You can obviously use Tailwind or something like that if you prefer. So you've kind of got your code side of stuff, your rendering, your HTML, and then your styling here. Obviously you can pull in components and stuff like that. That's what we've done here. See, this should pull in from here like that, yeah. All right, so what I want to do is build out this next section. I've got these recent projects. I'm gonna have to familiarize myself with this code a lot because it's been a month since I touched it, and before that was 2 years, and it kind of sucks. A lot of it does. Did you try visual editing like Storyblock? I struggle with Tailwind variables. I have not used that, but I know a lot of people like it. Hey, welcome, Yuang. All right, I think that's all the questions. So I've got all these projects in a projects.ts file right here. So these just include the name, description. I have got some colors, which I won't use here. Thumbnail. I think this is it must be the YouTube thumbnail. So I'll have to pull that in. Let me remind myself of how I got this thing in here. Okay, so, okay. Interesting. So let's pull this in. Yeah, we definitely do this differently now. Okay. All right, so down here, this wrapper is just going to wrap everything so that I can do things like this blur. So if I do like bottom, you can see it pulls in down there. Let's do like 50. There we go. So, well, maybe. Can I do like 50%? That's kind of interesting that I did it that way. 50% of his container. What did I set this as? Height, size fluid 10, okay. Let's get rid of this for now. Let's not get distracted before I even start. So we're gonna have like a projects grid or something. We'll call it like homepage projects. Sure. All right, so let's go ahead and create this component. Again, I'm using my like normal profile that I don't usually code with on the channel. So it has Codium and like some other AI helps and stuff like that just to speed up stuff so we don't waste our time. But I didn't mean to. Usually I don't do it on here, but now that I've got it, I'm not gonna worry about it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and pull this in. If Astro will let me. Let's see, let's do this. And I'm like in the midst of moving this thing over. So like this is my current one right here. So obviously some of that's the same, but some of it'll be different. All right, so now we've got that. We can have some templated stuff up here, which I guess we're gonna need to pull in the projects. So we'll do that in a second. Yeah, it'll look a lot like that. All right, so the nice thing is I get typing like by default. So if I come back over here, maybe if this thing wants to pull in. Where are we at? Did I pull this in? Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay. Weird. It's just not. VS Code is just being stupid. Surprise. All right. So it's pulling in all this stuff. So now I can loop through the data and do what I want with it. So first of all, let's jump back over here. So we've got like some different, we've got this button component that I created. So if I show you here, you know, you got this stuff right here. Obviously it's trying to prefetch this stuff because I've got this set to prefetch. So we can do the same kind of thing, although I guess do I have a heading too? What did I even create yet? Heading module, yeah, I must have a heading. Link module, where's my heading though? Chris reads the zone code. Heading at Astro. Did I pull in? I don't know what I did here. Oh well, okay. That's fine. All right. So let's come over here. I'm gonna have a section. We're gonna call this our class. No, aria labeled by. Labeled by. Get out of my way. Let's call this featured projects, and then we'll have a heading here. All right, it's pulling this in. I'll have an ID of featured projects. That's fine. And here we'll just say featured products. And we'll do medium here. So these little components, they basically just allow me to pick between preset things. So that's why we're doing that. Let's see, heading, margin inline. I feel like I should just have a container class for this. So let's come into like main. It's a container. This margin inline, this right here, is just this right here. So I've got spacing. It's just a fancy way of putting something in the middle. So let's do that. Let's move it over here. I'm going to say this header should have a container class as well. That way I control it all in the same place. Actually, what was this? Large. So I guess this should be container large. And let's reopen this up. And we'll do large. And that should just be there. This could be width. Medium. All right, so that'll work there. Let's come back into my projects. Class container. So it's like that. All right, that should work. I think I also have, what did I have here for my layout? Main. What am I looking at? Do I not have any? I do. Okay, so I already have a grid set up on that. Okay, cool. All right, so down below here is where we'll output like the projects. And then let's go ahead and add a button here. Link here. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. See all projects. I've got some variants. Intent. Actually, let's just see what I did to my nav because I think it's the same thing. Nav, layouts, that'll work. Steal this. All right, inline is underlined. What did I have in the design? Nah. Bounce direction. What are my options here? Down and right. I guess we'll do right. Just copying this stuff over. Pull an icon from Astro icon, that'll work. All right, And here we'll go projects. All right. Come on. All right, there we go. Only change would be, do I have this set up to receive colors? Colors, I do. I'm not sure why I have colors and color, but you know, sometimes your past self was dumb. Sometimes they're brilliant, and you never know until it's too late. That's not what I want, because I want it to be that color from the start. What else do I have over here? Colors, children is line. Do I have just like a class? Can I just pass along a class? I don't. Don't I have? What happens if I'm on the projects route? Pretty sure I set up some kind of ARIA label or something. Okay, it's just underline though. Not helpful. Alright, let's can I not do that? No? I don't remember how I built this thing out. I did it on stream, I think, if I remember right. It's been a while. Alright, good morning. A couple other people. Why'd you write an ARIA label? If you have the semantic of H2, I'll show you that in a second. Let's see, what else? I'm finishing a 7th-month project today watching. Okay, cool. Hope it goes well. That's awesome. That's super exciting to get to the end of that. Can you zoom in a bit? Your screen is small on my phone. It's probably, I'll try to zoom in a touch, but Astro next in terms of everyday development. I noticed no link component. Yeah, so like you have to build out a little bit more right now because it's still a little earlier. I think the biggest thing is like the intent. So next can be way more app-like if you want, because you can. But yeah, I have a 20-minute like intro to Astro video. Michael, even though it's like a year and a half old, it still holds pretty much. I'd like to do an updated one at some point, but that probably would give you a better idea than what I could do here quickly. Not to send you off to watch something else, but as far as the ARIA label, so these sections right here, I'm pointing it to the H2. I could also just give it an ARIA label instead of ARIA labeled by, but if you come over here, look at these elements and close this down. If you look at this accessibility tree, you'll notice here that this says, like, this region is about featured products. The reason it says that is because of the text right here, because this is saying it's labeled by this. So if I said it was about, like, pizza or something, you'll notice over here, it says it's about pizza now. So it allows the heading to tell the accessibility tree what the section is. So obviously I did not do that here. So that's something I might want to fix. The other way you can do this, so maybe I'll do it that way over here, is you can just give it an ARIA label. And this tells it what it's about. So you could be like hero section or something like that. That will also work the same way, but you have to change it here. I don't know if there's a difference. I don't think there is between the two, but you can see that this says it's a navigation. It says this is a link. This says it's a button that's focusable, which is true. Yeah, this region has a heading, it has a link. So all this stuff just helps accessibility. So that's why I do it. Hopefully that helps. If you don't have this, by the way, which is probably what I should have showed, you get nothing. So if I come back over here and I click on this, we refresh. Let me close this stuff down. Yeah, so you see I get a heading called feature products and links, but I get no section. Like it doesn't describe this as like a grouped section, as a region. So even though you're using a section, it's essentially a div if you don't have some kind of ARIA label or ARIA labeled by on it. Hopefully that helps. Yep, you're welcome. All right, back to whatever distracted work I was doing earlier. Let's see. I'm just going to leave it like this for now, because because I don't want to try to figure out why it's not accepting the colors param. Is there like a color primary? I don't think so. I don't remember how I set that up, so we're not going to worry about it for now. I'll just leave it like that, and we've got this nice little thing. Okay, let's actually work on this projects grid. So what I can do is pull in the projects.map, and to your question about like how different it is, it's basically JSX except without the stupid stuff. Like you don't have to have one single parent. You don't have to have keys, stuff like that. Now you can use React components in here as well if you want to. But yeah, so let's come in here. We're going to call this, well, right now let's just get something up. Div, yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to change this around. So we'll say project dot, and notice it's got access to everything from that TS file, so it knows what it is. So we'll just do like name. You can see I got all these things coming in here. That's cool. Probably what I want to do is just slice off like 0 to 3. Yep. So I only want the first 3. And now we'll build out the card. So that's probably what I'm going to do is just create like a little project card button. And these should be basically the same. I will probably use JSX in the end, or like, yeah, React for these in the actual project page. The mangled mess of JavaScript I have that I did like several years ago right here. This is just straight up JavaScript, which was good to build. And then you can also like type in here, like, I don't know, CSS or something, and it will show you how many matching projects, but it's all just hard-coded JavaScript. So I'll probably use React for that eventually. So because of that, I'm going to use this card in the same kind of setting. So why don't I come in here? This is so mangled, but let's do like project card.tsx. So I'm going to use React here. It won't really need any, it won't need to be hydrated at all, but I'll show you how that works. So you can pull in React or Vue or Svelte or any components you want. It's like the Switzerland of the web, which is what I like to say. But I can come over here to home page projects like this, and I'm just going to pass it project, and I'll just pass it the whole project. That's fine. So over here, it's going to be totally fine. Homepage project is not defined. What was this? Project card. I don't even know what that was about. Let's pull this in here. Let's see. Project card. I don't know why it's not importing for me. It's default export. All right. Okay, so now we're pulling those things in. Let me come back over here. We gotta pull in. Here we'll do like project card. Let's see, can I forget how to grab this off of my projects.ts. Is there a way to like extract one of these types? I don't even remember. Like obviously it knows what it is here. I guess I'll just steal this for now and we're gonna call that a day. So we'll say type project card. All right. Now the only thing is it's not tied to the actual data, so it'll yell at me, but it won't build, so it'll be fine. We're gonna make this an article. All right, back over here. Let's see, class name, that's right. We've got grid, medium, so we'll space this out. I've got a few utility classes just to make this a little easier. So this is an H2, these will be H3s, so let's at least pull that heading in. Now here's where this should definitely have been a TSX element because now I can't use, well, let's pull this in. Yeah, so it's gonna pass this. Now there is a new, what's that called? Astro. You can actually pass in a rendered heading here, but that's gonna be more work than it's worth. In other words, I could pass it in as a prop, and it will render it ahead of time and just pass in the HTML here. Let's see. New blog project, probably not, just trying to like, trying to rebuild my site, make it slightly modern and actually add stuff I want to be showing in the site. something like this. It'll show like my Learn Astro stuff, my socials, whatever. So should I totally rebuild this thing from scratch right now? Maybe, but let's not. So right now I'm just going to say H3. I'll come around to this later. At some point, I know I'm just like chilling and talking about this, but nobody wants to watch that. So let's do name like that. Props description, that'll work. Oh. I think I called this project, didn't I? Oops. There we go. All right, that'll work. Okay, so pulling that in. Custom site. Okay, so let's actually put this in a little wrapper because I want this to be a link. That'll work, I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay. 10 inline, okay. Since it's not really giving me my autocomplete inline. There we go. Okay, it worked, something happened. All right, so we've got that sitting there. Let's get the card itself. We've got these 3 little sections at the bottom. What kind of components do I have over here? Again, these should probably, I should make these things more versatile because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let's just do that. Let me come over here first. So what we're doing is passing all these homepage projects to this project card, but I do want to pull in the icon, and here we're just going to name a few things just so I can see what I actually have. Like code, what does that look like? Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. GitHub video. Nope, don't have a video icon, video camera. Okay, that'll work. And GitHub. Do I not have a GitHub anything? Brand GitHub. Wow. Okay, that'll work. Circles close. Let's see, do I have like a project presentation chart bar? Oh, template, I think that was it. Okay, cool. So we've got template. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'll just do this and do TSX and SVG. There we go. We'll call this template. Paste it here. All right, and this is just a little React extension that, or a Raycast extension that converts SVGs to React. So we're going to do that. And we'll do the same for brand GitHub. No. We'll just call it GitHub, whatever. .tsx. And paste this in here. GitHub. That'll work. Okay. And what was the other one? GitHub template and video camera. Let's call this thing camera. Camera.tsx. Do I not have music? It's just really quiet. Camera. Get out of here. Okay, that'll work. Let's pull these things in. Project card. So we're gonna have a little flex medium container. Where inside here we're going to have 3 things. Let's see. The template icon. Like this. Excellent. Exactly what I wanted. Perfect. Couldn't be better. Code. Or GitHub. What was that? Icons GitHub. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. Just the one is massive. Perfect. Camera. Okay, cool. So demo, code, and video is how I have those. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to jump back in here and see what's going on here. Class name. What's going on here? Should work there. Let's do the same thing for my camera. So I'm guessing this doesn't have anything either. Okay. That should work. That should work. All right, so back over here. I want to wrap this in a link component. We're going to do project dot URL, I guess. And then intent will be icon. That'll work. What else do I have on this thing that I still can't remember? Well, it's not giving me any autocomplete. That's why I have to keep opening this stupid thing up. Okay, is outlined, is underlined, is rounded. Show confetti. I mean, let's do that. Bounce direction, size. So we're going to do small. And is underlined, I guess. Let's do that. I don't know that I like how I set that thing up. Size. Small. Is underlined. True. Well, what's going on here? Is outlined, is rounded. Interesting. Is outlined. True. All right, we'll figure out the styling later. Because the other thing I want to do is just say code. Or, what did I say? Demo. Something like that. Let's get rid of this. The intent icon is not helping me. Let's go ghost. Oh boy. Clearly there's some work left to be done here. Inline. Sure, that'll work. And now if I hover, it'll do that. That's fine. All right, so let's do the same thing. I'm going to copy this down twice. We're going to bump this up here. We'll say code. And disappear. And we'll say video or whatever it was. Yeah. Okay, so we've got all 3 of those. That's not how you spell code. Let's see. I do want these icons to be that color. So current color do I have? I did have like a props thing I could pass in here, I guess, huh? Can I just... What's my main? So text, accent. So I can just do that, I think. Okay. So if I pass this in as class name, a text accent, work? Sure, that'll work. All right, so that actually worked properly there. Let's just come over to my GitHub, do the same thing. All right, sure, that'll work. And then finally to my video, we'll do the same thing. What do we call that camera? Oops, and then this was whatever that was. Okay. So that's pretty much what I wanted. Space it out maybe a little bit more. And yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and pull in the image. So we've got an image Astro component, which I can't really use here. I could pass it in. Maybe that's what I should do. Or I could just grab my image and drop it in like this. So for now, I think I might just do that. All right. This is like HQ default. It's interesting that it's got the banding around it. Maybe that's why I had to use this max res default one. I don't know, anyhow. We could also pull this in like this get image function. Get image. Where I pass in the actual image URL. The hard thing here is it's a remote URL, so I'd have to set this up in the Astro config. Let's not worry about that right now. All right, so I'll leave this as it to do. Use optimized. You know what to-dos are. They're things you'll never do. So you just leave them in your project like that. All right, cool, that'll work. All right, last couple things. Let's go ahead and add. Let's add a. Oops. What's the matter? Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's add some styling here. And I guess what I'll do is create a little module just to keep stuff scoped. So I'll do project car.module.css and do a couple things in here. So I could do like a card class, and here we'll do, I would do display grid, gap. Actually, I can set all that with that one class. So all I really need is some padding here. For our size, fluid, I guess I could use a fluid size, that's fine. Border radius, CSS main radius. What do I have? Root CSS round. I don't have anything set up, huh? Okay. Maybe I should set something up. Let's come over here. And reset. Nah. I don't think so. Okay, that's fine. Let's come over to root. Oh, I do. Okay. Rounded. There we go. All right. Let's just make sure this is actually working properly. So we'll import styles from I forget I combine this with local classes. I would guess I just do like styles.card. I don't have this on yet. Is this doing anything? Let's go over here. So I'll do like display none. See what happens. Okay, it's doing something. That's good. Do border then. Border size 2. That's fine. Solid. Color accent. Is that right? Kind of. Okay, it is showing. Thought that's what I did. Yeah, okay. Alright, so that should work. Let's see. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention. I did say it was going to be me just chilling and coding. Is there someone who sells websites based on Astro to micro and small companies? There are lots of Astro projects out there like that, I think. I don't know about migrating, but I can use Astro's new content layer. Yeah, definitely. I'll probably wait just because right now it's a data file, so like I'm still getting all the typing, so I'll just wait till it's stable so I don't have to do it twice. Easier way to add post case studies to CMS is needed. Best way to host. Netlify that for sale, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. You can I've used key static before if they're going to be just occasional case studies, and then when they submit anything, when they save anything, it just auto builds. So extension you're using displaying code suggestions, that's Codium. I don't usually use that on the channel, but reason I'm not using Tailwind, I don't prefer it. For sites that I maintain, I'd rather just write my own stuff because I don't have to mess with like working around Tailwind classes and stuff. Yep, it is Codium, Liam. Sorry I missed all that. All right, I want to add a couple more things. We're going to say like, I don't know, we'll just say like image, whatever, that's fine. Border radius. I feel like it's only kind of helpful, honestly, because I don't really like have a super great plan right now, so I don't really know what I want it to do. So when it gives me suggestions, reset, root, rounded small. Okay, let's do that. And this naming convention is all off, but that's fine. Let's come over here to, where's my project? Card, class, name, what do I say, image? Oh, because I didn't call it that. Styles dot. Yeah, thumbnail is a way better one. Let's do that. All right. Now it actually has that applied. Sure, that works. Let's also do filter grayscale 100%. That's fine. Let's do like hover. Go to 0. It's fine. Transition. That'll work. Okay. Alright, we got kind of sort of close. Alright. Let's come back over to my... what is going on with this music? We've entered into like a jazz bar or something. Is it playing two at the same time now? I don't know. Anyhow, okay, let's come back to my projects section. Can't see with this small project. Big projects. That was it. All right, let's put this in a little wrapper. Doesn't matter what it is. Not really. I'll just call this projects. And I'll have a little style tag. What did that want me to do? That's fine. I'd probably change this to size, like fluid. 3. Something like that. Let's also throw a grid. Medium on here. Large. Extra large. Space all that stuff out. See all projects, that'll work. Cool. Obviously we got a little more styling with the image to do, but we're getting somewhere. Alright, project card, let's come back over here. Space that out a touch more. I think I also want this to be slightly bigger. That should work. Maybe not. Let's see, what else do I want it to look like? It's supposed to fill up that whole section, so let's set the width to 100%, height to 100%, object fit to cover. Yeah, as far as the Tailwind question too, like, you can't really write any decent Tailwind without knowing CSS. Like, you can copy stuff, but you could also copy CSS at that point, you know? So you have to know CSS to write good Tailwind. And so if you like Tailwind, like, great. Like, I don't have any problem with it at all. It is real CSS. In fact, you can't write good Tailwind without it. So when I'm using any project I don't touch a lot, I always use Tailwind because then I don't have to remember my scheming system. But ideally, I would come back to this a lot. So that's why I'm writing it with something I prefer. But it's a little more setup, but then I feel like I don't have to like do stuff the Tailwind way, especially with newer stuff, as stuff comes into the language. And like writing hover dash, you know, grayscale is not that much different than this. It just, if you know it, you know it. And if you don't, then it doesn't really matter if you're using Tailwind or not. So that's my preference, but yeah, it's not like I have a problem with Tailwind for sure. All right, let's say that that's kind of done. Add project cards to homepage ish. I do want to refactor that heading component. Just, I don't know why I didn't use. Maybe I tried, I can't remember. But I don't know why I didn't use JSX. So let's do heading.tsx. Where are we at? So I guess I had some sizes on here. Was that the issue? You got a tag. Dynamic tag React. I think you just do it the same way. I'm trying to remember. Okay, so yeah, you can just do it the same way, I think. So let's grab this. Actually, heading type of, you got one of these classes string, that's fine. They're all going to have this. Link module. I had a heading module, so I must have been thinking this way. Is it outlined? Man, I don't know what this is all about. Module.css. Did I use this anywhere? No. Okay. Well, forget that. Let's pull this in here. Pull this here. size, which will be one of these. Let's see, let's have heading props equals, I guess I could extend it, so HTML attributes, is that what I want? Heading element, size is going to be one of these. So we'll go text. Medium, I guess. No, what I want to do is map these. So small, medium, large is fine. And then let's take like heading sizes or something like that. Small. And then this can be a heading sizes size. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna fix it. Don't you worry. We'll say heading props. All right, tag is size. Let's see. So I also want to pass in tag. Let's see if this will help me out so I don't have to type it again. That should work, except this can just be size, no, tag, heading props tag. Oh. Small does not exist in type small e. Well, that's because spelling matters, kids. Alright, rest. Just in case I guess I want to pass in something else, we can do that. Isn't that what I would do? Spread it in. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. I guess I might want headings, or like IDs or something. Can I not do like a rest spread operator? Do I have to put that here? I don't know. Well, when I need it, I can add it. All right, so I think that should work. Let's get rid of that. By the way, Option-Shift-O, like one of my favorite keyboard shortcuts, it just gets rid of unused imports and stuff. All right, project card, let's pull this in. Heading like that. Tag. Requires multiple children and a single child was provided. Oh, I forgot to pass in children. Because that's what this would be, children. Children React node. Incorrectly extends interface. Child is incompatible. Well, you know what? Then we aren't gonna extend you at all. We're gonna do our own thing. All right. So I think that'll work. Yeah. Let's see, does this actually change though? No. All right, so let's figure out. Oh, you know what? Size. What does this do? Because I think these are. No. Size. Oh, I set that up kind of weird, didn't I? I guess we could just have like an inherit as well. Sure, we'll just have it be a nothing. I guess we could do styles down here or something, but size, inherit. Oh yeah. Let's do small for the heading. All right, that'll work. Cool. That will work. Let's add maybe one more. Say extra small here is another option. And this I'm just gonna make type of heading sizes. Yeah, there we go. What? Key of heading sizes. That should work, right? It's not just any string. It's a type of heading sizes string. Key of type of heading sizes. Maybe I shouldn't be so trusting. There we go. All right. So let's go to like small now. Extra small. And what I need to do is come over here and have like text large for the small, because this is a heading. So if I do extra small, it's here. If I go small, yeah, it gets a little bit bigger. If I go medium, yeah, okay. So I like small here because these are headings. So that'll give me 4. That'll work. Why I'm not getting any mouse cursor change, I don't know. Okay, so that'll work, kind of, sort of. Anything else I want to do here? That takes me to that. That works. I guess I need to actually update the links, huh? So the demo, that's right. Project.github URL. No, code. Maybe it's that. Yeah. And this is project.YouTube maybe. Gotta name those a little better. Yeah, that'll work. All right, I should probably also wrap this while we're at it, because I think people might click on that too. Oh boy. Interesting music we got going. Outline. You know what? This doesn't really need to be anything special. I should update the link component. Let's come back over here. Ghost, outline, none. Outline, what does the styles outline do? Link dot module. See, somebody asking questions, sorry. Nope, okay, good. Seeing as I'm not really answering anything, I'm just talking to myself over here. And I know this is not like a crazy organized project, but I'm just literally coding background color, button color. Interesting. All right, so what if I just do, I'm just literally coding and figured I'd record it in case it's useful to somebody out there. I'll just do like default, or what would I want this to be? I've got like a button outline, inline, styles. I think inline should work here. What am I doing wrong? Let's come back over here. Let's do inline. Is underline. Okay, so here's the problem. How do I want to handle that? Because I want this focus state. Oh, interesting. Again, this weird ring. Focus. What happens if I change it to this? It does get rid of it. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I'll leave it on there. I get this like black ring, but it's fine. Alright, so I think here's what we're going to do. Since that's already weird, let's come back over here. I don't really want it to be focused anyhow, or focusable. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time doing this. So let's move this back just a standard link. And I'm going to actually set this to tab index of -1. Yeah, thank you. So I can't tab to it anyhow. And if somebody hovers, they can click. Bada bing, bada boom. Because I'd rather them select this, which will give them like all the stuff they need. Let's just check. What is it going to do if I do this? Adding cursor pointer to project. Yeah, so they should actually have it. Sometimes my browser, I don't know, sometimes it just messes up and it won't show the cursor. So like if I come over here, these are all links, but like it's not showing the cursor. I don't know why. I just have to restart my thing. All right, so let's come down here. So yeah, that'll work. Okay. I just want to make sure that it works like accessibility wise. All right, so we're going to call that good, I guess. There's my feature projects. See all projects. I think I'm going to change one more thing. Project card. Module to CSS. Let's just change this to size 2 instead. Sure. Okay. All right, we're going to call that thing refactored. Get a C. Refactor. Heading component. Probably should have just double checked that over here. Look at this mess. Let's go pages or something. No, that's not gonna be helpful. The only other thing I have right now is my hero component. So here's where I use my heading. So let's just change this to heading and just make sure it still works. Still works? Still works. Anything else where I'm using a heading? This is what I should do. Nope. Okay. For heading Astro, so that's a spot. Heading UI. Okay. So let's come over here. Let's change this to heading like this. That should also work. Maybe. Ooh, okay. So here's where I might want to spread in the rest operator. Like that. Let's make sure that's the case. It's not yelling anymore at me here, is it? Not assignable to intrinsic ID. Oh yeah, it's because I stopped extending that. All right, oops, joke's on me. So let's come back over here. Interface, heading props. Extends. heading element. What is this going to do? Is that going to work? Hey, thanks. Okay, so now let's get rid of the other heading so I don't get confused. Basically, I'm moving towards like using a lot more React components to build out the interface, mostly just because like that way I can use them in either place. And if I'm just rendering straight HTML, there's no real advantage to using Astro. I mean, I like the syntax a little bit more, but for a lot of simple components, it's the exact same syntax. So yeah, let's see. I think that's all good. Only other thing is I saw my number thing I was showing earlier still there. All right, so we did another section. Did that take forever? Yeah. But hopefully you enjoyed that somewhat. Let's do move over to Astro or to heading TSX for all headings or something. All right, I'll push that to my redesign branch, and we're going to call that a day. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Happy coding.